Welcome to the Second Briefing Podcast with Scott and Tom. We're recording from the Gunslinger Clubhouse in beautiful downtown Hillsboro.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott, and I spent 23 years on patrol at a local sheriff's office.
Hey, and I'm Tom. I spent 26 years at that same sheriff's office working with Scott.
In this podcast, we're going to be speaking with former and retired police officers about their life after police work and how they've been dealing with civilian life.
Hey, and maybe we'll have a little fun along the way. Boom, hashtag.
Okay, everybody, let's get to the podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Second Briefing. This is our third episode. You got Scott, Tommy Buckmaster.
Hola.
Hey, we're here with my good friend Bill. He worked for a local department here. He retired a few years ago. I worked with him on several special teams. Let's go, Bill. What's going on today?
Welcome.
What's going on today is hanging out with some good people.
That's right. You heard that.
Yeah, and I am living large, loving life, free.
Free. Free from the hassles.
No more handcuffs.
Yeah, just free.
So how long did you work at your local PD?
I started at this local agency back in 2002. I got hired there, started there, got activated for a little while to support enduring freedom and stuff due to 9/11.
Activated in
Military.
military. Okay.
Yeah, I was in the Air Force Reserves at that time. So I got activated for a little while, but then came back, completed the academy, and then
What year was that again?
in 2002.
2002.
2002.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. And then I worked there continuously up until 2017. So just over 15 years with that police department. Yep. And that's been my only law enforcement, one department, my whole career.
Yeah. You've been in but several different military jobs, right?
Yeah.
Agency. I don't say agencies, but career.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it?
Well, I did the trifecta. I hit all three. I got the Department of the Navy. I was active duty Navy for 8+ years. Then I hit the Department of the Air Force when I joined the Air Force Reserves and did that for about 7 years.
Is that because of the food? You joined the Air Force because you like the food so much?
They
Is it better there?
Well, the Navy's got the
the
best
food, the lodging, everything is better in the Air Force. Any
Why is that?
any
Well, I'm
young
not a
person
military
out
guy,
there,
so-
join the Air Force
Yeah.
if you want to get taken care of. They take care of their people. And then they bracked my unit. So it was either get out with nothing or the Army National Guard came in and said, hey, we'll let you go to OCS and become a commissioned officer. So I decided, well, that sounds pretty good after, 15, 16 years in the military as enlisted. So I went in the Army Guard, OCS, got my commission, and then finished out my military career of 21 years.
So
with
you
the
get a
Army.
retirement out of there too, right?
I will get one,
You will?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
So what stuff did you do at your local PD? Did you do special teams, just patrol?
Well, started out in patrol, of course, like most
Right.
everybody. Once you get through the FTEP program, which takes forever.
No
It
kidding.
seems takes
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
It's the best part of the job.
But
You have to-
necessary. I mean, it really is necessary to weed out and to help, prove yourself, I guess. Very needed. Out of all the careers I've ever had, the police, that FTEP program was the most important, I feel.
Yeah.
So after that, was on patrol for a while. I liked the night shift because I was a meat eater. I liked pulling over cars, trying to find drugs, trying to find dope, Deweys, all that stuff. And then I got the opportunity to go into a specialty unit out here, the West Side Interagency Narcotics Team. So
Whoop, whoop.
got to do some
you
plain
go.
clothes.
Fun.
Shout out to all those people. It's a tough job. But yeah, got to work narcotics for about 3+ years. Plain clothes, very little, but some undercover work. Out there for about 3 years before I deployed. Yeah, the last time.
Okay. And after so you deployed, and then did you come? How long were you deployed for?
Yeah, after all my military schooling and everything, I got deployed to Baghdad, Iraq for a year.
Okay.
So from 2009 to 2010, I was in Baghdad. and then came back to Tigard and got to go to another specialty unit after several months on straight patrol, working nights, chasing down dopers. Got to go to the TriMet or Transit Police Division. Yeah.
Get a lot of dopers there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
A lot of dopers
you-
like to ride the train.
was that before it moved out this side? Was it the Portland one?
Yeah,
Or- okay,
I
so you did a
actually,
little bit better. Yeah,
I actually started out in Gresham. I went to
Oh.
East Precinct in
Oh,
Transit,
geez.
so I worked out of Gresham all the way out at the far end of Transit out there at TriMet.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so spent several years out east, and then went downtown to Central.
nice. You get a different
Precinct in
perspective
Portland.
anyway.
Huge different perspective
Yeah.
from the west side.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know, transit would be they'd actually pay, and there'd be every department would send people over to transit, and then you'd have people from everywhere.
'Cause it was-
Clackamas County, Tigard, Portland, Washington County.
Because it was run by Portland, right? At one point. Now
Yeah,
it's not.
Portland
but-
would run it with their command staff, and then everybody from Forest Grove every department had somebody on the team over
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah,
And
Multnomah
there,
County.
there was
everybody.
offices in Hillsboro, in Gresham, downtown Portland. I think wasn't there one out in Clackamas too?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, there
one in
was.
Clackamas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was on that team too. It was actually a pretty good time. It was
Yeah.
my second favorite team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we know the first one.
Yeah,
Motors.
Motors
Oh,
was the
geez,
best.
yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Motors was fun. You get paid to ride a motorcycle all
I
day.
bet
You
it
can't beat
was.
that.
Yeah. I don't know. I love riding my motorcycle. I just was leery about having it become my job. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love the escape of getting on my motorcycle and just riding nonstop for hours.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, do I really want to make it where I have to ride?
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
yeah. Because I didn't ride on my personal bike a whole lot when I was on motors.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
you didn't
Because
have
you
to,
had a
just
bike.
ride back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I made it work.
Yeah.
We still made it
yeah,
work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yes,
why
you
I
did.
never looked at it. The opportunity came up and it was like, I
It would
love
have been
riding
fun
my
if you did, 'cause some
motorcycle.
of the guys on your team I really didn't like too much.
Oh,
To be honest with you,
God.
I'm not going to mention any names. but there
oh
were
that's
some
terrible.
Real a-holes on that team. You know who you are if you're watching.
Well,
Wow.
and I'll
Just
tell
calling
you,
everybody out now.
all regular cops thinks most motors are all a-holes.
Yeah, we're all prima donnas.
Yeah. And
Well-
you would write your own mother's tickets.
No, that's not true.
Come on.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you
I
probably
only wrote like 80% of the people I stopped.
Uh-huh.
Maybe 70.
Yeah. You weren't a huge ticket guy.
No, I didn't like write tickets.
That, yeah, I guess
Our sergeant was all about education.
that is true.
And everybody
He
had
wasn't
blonde
a big
hair.
ticket guy. He was more about education. So,
One of the purposes of traffic enforcement is education. You're right, Tom.
That's right. It's good. You educate those people. So you did TriMet. How long did you do TriMet for?
Shoot, close to 4 years. I think I finished up my career there at Transit. I was about to
Okay.
rotate off in 2017 back to patrol. And yeah, I decided I was done.
Just done with police work, huh?
you forgot one other great team.
Uh-oh.
Mobile Field Force.
MRT.
Yeah, MRT.
Yeah.
We changed the
We
name a
called
lot.
it MRT.
That's another
at
team
our-
we're on
yeah,
together.
geez, now it's MF Evers. Yeah.
That is true. And that's where Tom and I worked a lot
We
together.
had a lot of
Oh,
fun
I
on that team
bet.
also.
Yes. I remember
Yeah.
Tom laughing his ass off, shoving as many people as he possibly could into the bathroom out at Hag Lake, and then popping off a couple cans of CS and making
No.
Tom
everybody
would
gag.
do that?
and
I can't
joke.
believe Tom would do that.
Well, we were trying to,
That's why
we
they
had to
call
get
it
certified.
tomfoolery, huh?
People had to get certified,
Yep.
put their
Yeah.
masks on, and that's what
Oh,
I
well.
was in charge of doing was
Yeah.
Making sure they
throwing
had
some
their mask
CS on them. So
on. Oh, man.
I'm
making
not
sure they could be,
I don't
you had to
know
put their
any of that
masks
stuff.
on.
I'm sure he was professional, but I
Tom?
think he enjoyed it a little bit too much.
I'm sure he did.
That
Maybe.
portion of
Too
that
much.
training
Maybe.
out there.
I actually
That
love
was
that
good
team.
times. Good times.
That's one thing
A
I
lot
missed
of good
too.
times.
That was a good.
Yeah, I heard nothing but fun stories out of that team. I never did do that.
Yeah, it was a great. I love going down to Portland.
Yep.
It was
Oh,
a fun.
my.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Did you guys get to go down to any of the riots down there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
and
did.
actually participate
Yeah.
in keeping people out or trying
Yeah.
to keep people out?
Well, yeah, and I was on transit at the time
Yeah.
at a lot of those riots.
well
Yeah.
And we were the bicycle team. So we would ride from bridge to bridge and set up bicycle walls to try and prevent them from
Oh.
taking over the bridges.
As
Yeah.
when we were on transit, we were like Portland's second team basically.
Yeah, quick, kind of like
Okay.
a quick
So
reaction
Portland
type
would call
force.
every transit car back down,
Mhm.
and we'd stay in downtown Portland the whole time.
Yep.
And
Oh,
every
okay.
car had masks, and like I was a grenadier for our team, but so I already had all my own stuff, and we deploy with their teams right behind their teams, basically. And as a grenadier, I'd be right on the line with their guys. So,
Nice.
and then we had our own teams down there. I remember certain sergeants driving the truck and going 100 miles an hour from Southeast Precinct, going down to, not really 100. I'm kind of exaggerating.
No, come on, probably
But,
100.
from Southeast down to Central. And yeah,
It'd be fun to work a different area than
Yeah.
what you're used to.
we were on the Burnside Bridge. Were you there when some protester tried to stop a gangbanger's car, and the gangbangers took a shot one of them?
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
don't think
yeah.
so.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
yeah. You
Don't
don't
stop the gangbanger's
protesters
car.
don't stop gangbangers. That's a
That's where the
that's
line
a clue.
gets-
You don't do that.
Yeah, no.
He got shot.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but that was a lot of good
that
times.
would be a FAFO.
Exactly.
I believe that would be a FAFO.
yeah.
So much that. though.
So
What's-
Uh,
do you have any good stories you want to talk about, or before we
mean,
move on to afterlife, after police
yeah,
work?
Sure.
Because I heard
there's
some good ones here
there's
a little bit ago before we started talking. here.
tons of stories.
Oh yeah, all those special teams.
That's special teams. I don't know how much I want to get into, like stealing bad guys' cars and hooking them up
You're stealing the bag
with
I love it.
devices so
Oh.
that we can track them, or
You want to give away, trade
racing
secrets?
racing down I-5 at 100 miles per hour because a drug dealer's tripping to California.
Oh,
you know,
man.
you get woke up at 2:00 in the morning saying, "Hey, so and so's tripping," and they're tripping south to pick
Oh,
up
okay.
a load of dope. So everybody jumps in their cars and starts racing down I-5.
Because you were basically not. Were you sworn in as like U.S. Marshals or what was it? How was that work?
Yeah,
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah, on the WIN team, we all got sworn in as special agents for the FBI.
Oh, okay. That's what it
through
was.
the
Okay.
FBI field office. At the time, the WIN team was cooperating heavily with the FBI. Yeah.
And so that allowed you to go into other states if you needed
Oh yeah,
to.
yeah. No, me
Did
and
you- did
me
you
and
get
a
to do
partner
that?
at the time, Walt. We flew down for several case meetings
Oh,
in
cool.
California.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, flew down there, doing that, running around some areas out and about in Washington County with the TNT
Yeah.
for big giant marijuana grows. It used to be a thing out in some of those.
When it was illegal.
When it was
Really not
illegal in
illegal.
this state. Now it don't really matter. I
Yeah, it
mean,
doesn't matter now.
shoot.
But yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, so that was good. I think one of the big ones. It was a big point in my career. Was a shooting I was involved in out near the Washington County Mall, and it's all been adjudicated and everything. So just back from Iraq, over 70 combat missions in Baghdad, Route Irish. A lot of people will know different names out there. Just back fresh, back out on the road, heading for, this is a second briefing, but everybody knows after your first briefing, you generally head to a second briefing at a local coffee establishment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Generally, your shift everybody hooks up after briefing, grabs a cup of coffee, sits down, talks about a plan. Hey, maybe we're going to work this area tonight. What are we going to do, during this shift, basically.
Right.
So just heading there, and got another unit. I'll call him J-Rod. Had a trainee with them. Pulls traffic in the Washington Square Mall area. So I'm there. I'm getting close to there because it happens to be one of those coffee establishments is right near the Washington Square Mall.
Oh yes.
And so I'm pulling in and parking, and all of a sudden, J-Rod, comes over the radio, hey, we're in pursuit. So, and that the subject had a knife. So I get back in my car, start going around. There's a drive or a road that goes all the way around Washington Square Mall,
Mhm.
right? So I'm trying to catch up to him, and Washington Square Mall dumps out on the Shoals Ferry Road. So I see the vehicle, the suspect vehicle is a pickup truck, and it's parked kind of stuck in traffic because traffic backs up there. So they can't get out to Shoals Ferry.
Yeah.
They're stuck in traffic. I'm pulling up, coming up behind J-Rod and the suspect vehicle, right? I see the suspect vehicle drive up on the bank almost sideways, to try and get around the traffic, the 2 lanes of cars that are backed up at the stoplight.
Yep.
So I pull around to the left and try and block their path,
Okay.
right? Hits the front end, the front quarter panel of my patrol car on the passenger side, right?
Yeah.
I'm out of the car, keeping my hood between me and the suspect vehicle.
Yeah.
And I draw my weapon.
Keep that engine
you
block
know,
in there.
yeah, and keep the engine block between us. I see J-Rod running up the passenger side of the vehicle, at which point the driver of that vehicle slams on the gas and just starts spinning wheels. I see J-Rod tumble down and fall behind the bed of the pickup truck. So I think he's been run over,
Oh man.
right?
Yeah.
So he's pushing my car, and I've got nowhere to go. It's pushing me out into the traffic of cars
Well, that's
shooting
a
up.
busy road. Yeah. Very
Shoals
busy.
Ferry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have nowhere to go. So I fire one shot. Window was up. I fire one shot. His car breaks free of my car and shoots out. So I don't remember any of this, but I was told I was tracking him, but I didn't have a good backstop. I took the first
Right.
shot because there was a bank. I had a
Right
good
there on the-
backstop. There was
Sure.
nobody
Yeah.
in danger if I took that shot.
Right.
Car breaks free and they end up catching him down the road. They pit him out. And I'm just standing there like, I radio shots fired, and I just stay there at the scene. But the weirdest thing, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear the gun go off. I was carrying a 45 at that time, Glock
So you had that
45.
auditory exclusion.
Had
thing.
auditory exclusion, did not hear a thing, but I swear it matrixed on me, and I swear I could see the vapor trail of that bullet going towards the truck. I
wow.
swear, to this day, I will
Well, you
swear to
probably
that.
did. Yeah.
It's the
Strange
weirdest.
things
It's
happen,
the it's the weirdest thing. Long story short, they catch the dude. My lieutenant at the time notices, hey, there's a hole in his jacket.
Oh.
I had center punched him in the chest. Of course, it was a profile, so I hit him in the chest. It literally hit his Nokia cell phone in his pocket, a pack of gum, and then the bullet had skipped across his chest and
Change of
hit the
direction.
passenger side.
Yeah.
It was just, the angles were all just
Yeah.
right that it saved his life.
Oh, jeez.
And skipped across his chest and didn't.
So he's
didn't really
thankful for
kill him.
Nokia then, I guess.
I guess.
Jeez.
Yeah. I bought
Fuck.
stock in Nokia the
Yeah,
day
I would.
after.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
I still have that gun. It's got Exhibit A on the slide and Exhibit B on the magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Never fired it since.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
went to
yeah.
a 9mm after
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I
my.
wanted the extra velocity.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. If it hadn't been for the
So-
Nokia, that would have been a whole different thing, I suppose,
Yeah.
based on
Yeah,
where that hit
potentially.
went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it go through the door or the window?
Right at the base of the window, because you're trained
Yeah.
shoot center
Center
mass.
mass.
Yeah.
So I could see, pretty much, I don't know if you can see, but basically from below his chest to the top of his head. So
Yeah,
I
you
went
could
center
tell it.
mass and it hit the window, hit the rubber window liner right there and skipped right across his
If I
chest.
missed it, how far away do you think you were from when you shot?
Well, the width of a patrol car
So just
and
on-
then
Okay.
his car, so maybe add an extra couple feet.
Okay. So not that far. then.
Not very far at all.
Wow.
No.
Jeez. That's crazy.
What happened to J-Rod?
J-Rob was okay.
He didn't get run over?
No, a little banged
Oh, that's
up.
good.
He had just fallen
Just, okay.
because the truck had pushed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know that at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. I don't want to be stereotypical, but there was a young Asian couple. Well, not young Asian couple, but there was an Asian couple in the back. And I started asking people, you all right? Everybody okay? And they were like, oh, it's so exciting. Just like on TV.
Oh, no. were they visiting?
And
or
I'm like,
what?
post shooting, I'm like, oh man.
Just like on
That's
TV.
I
funny.
don't know if they were tourists, but yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
that's one thing that sticks out in my mind about it. Yeah.
That's crazy. Some of the things that people will say to you.
Yeah. So that was
Wow.
one
That's
kind
pretty
of
crazy.
crazy thing in my career.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So let's move on. So what are you doing now?
what am I doing
Yeah,
now?
I know what you're doing, but what else are you
Tell
doing?
us,
What are you
yeah.
doing? Tell us.
You know, I left
How's life been?
police work, started my own company. Had a couple employees working in the construction, house flipping area, doing some house painting. And did that for a couple years. But I have kids now. All right. I've always had kids. But I kind of started over. I've got younger kids
Yeah,
now.
kind of.
Oh,
Part of the reason I left police work. But I have a
right.
10-year-old and a 3-year-old.
oh, it's a little different.
And I also have, how old is Megan now? Born in 87. So she's 38 this year
Oh, okay.
and 37 this year. And then I have another son who will be 35 this year. So yeah, I have
Oh.
30-year-old children,
Oh, man.
teenage grandchildren, and then a 10-year-old and a 3-year-old daughter.
Oh, man.
Busy,
So
busy,
you've
busy
got
boy.
you've got grandchildren older than your
So
kids.
I guess you could say
Oh my
what I've been
gosh.
doing since law enforcement
Yeah.
is a lot of,
Give it a lot of. You're a busy, busy bunny.
yeah, I've been busy.
Oh
But no, so I started that business. The construction industry is up and down. I was tired of that up and down. Started working for a major tech company out here in Hillsboro, and have been working there for the last 6 years. I'm a manager there. I manage people there. Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of doing now. I like to ride my motorcycle
Yeah.
every day if possible.
Yeah.
I recently had neck surgery, so I haven't ridden since January, but I ride year round.
Yeah. He rides
Yeah.
every day.
Every day,
Holy
year
moly.
round. I don't
Every
care.
day. He came to my party in February 9th riding his motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I think it was raining,
gotta be
wasn't it?
cold.
It was
Wet.
raining.
It was raining and
wet,
cold.
yeah. I don't care.
He didn't care. He
I
showed
don't
up
care.
on a motorcycle. Only one.
Ready
I
to
think
go.
there were 2 days I didn't ride last year because there was ice
Yeah.
and snow. I generally don't ride then.
Yeah.
But
He
Yeah.
is not a fair weather rider.
no, I like to ride. I love to ride.
I
There's
am fair
nothing-
weather.
Yes, you
There's
are.
nothing more
It's gotta
freeing
be like
than being
today
on that
out.
motorcycle,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah. I'm having Harley drop off bikes for me because I don't want to ride. I got to pick it up and they're bringing it tomorrow. It's going to be Sunday tomorrow, and I don't want to go get it.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so
Unbelievable.
been doing that, just raising family, going to baseball games, doing all that stuff that younger parents
Yeah.
do.
Starting all over, right?
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
started over. Yeah, and it's helped keep me young. You
It's
know,
a good thing.
helps keep me young. That and and honestly, praising God every day, every single day when I wake up and before I go to sleep. Praising God that I'm here. You know, because there's a lot of us
Yeah.
who
They
don't,
don't make it. Yeah,
That
don't make it this far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Not just
another team that Tom and we didn't talk about was the Honor Guard. I was on the Honor Guard for this local agency and have been to a lot of funerals. Seen a lot of folded up flags given to spouses and children. So yeah.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
rough.
I'm doing every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That job takes a lot out of you,
It does.
does.
It does.
you and your family.
Yep. And it got to a point where it was like, man, I think it was Sergeant Gooding's funeral at Seaside.
Yeah.
Went to that funeral with the Honor Guard, and I was stationed with the Honor Guard in the aisle. I was a couple rows back from his widow and his children, and watched his widow and child get that flag. And yeah, I think that kind of cemented in my mind. Having new kids, have I given enough?
Yeah.
Because if you get into law enforcement for the right reasons, you're doing it because in your heart you want to serve and
Yeah.
you want to help.
I
You
wanna make a
truly do
difference.
Yeah.
want to make a difference in the world.
I mean, of course, we want to drive fast and chase bad guys, but that's part of
Sure.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But agreed. We all want to help people and try to solve problems. And
At the end, those best police officers are the ones who, in their heart, are truly wanting to make a difference in, even if it's just one person's life. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the most rewarding in my career.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
Yep.
wasn't the seizing hundreds of thousands of dollars and
Yeah.
tens to hundreds of pounds of dope. It was the one letter from the one person who said, "You know what? My life is completely different because you arrested me that one
Yeah.
night, and now my life is good." So
that's good.
So-
We don't always hear a lot of that stuff, but when you do, it's like, wow, I did make a little bit of a dent or a difference in
Right?
something. Right?
Yeah.
you did. Everybody who does the job, truly does the job, sacrifices a part of themselves for their community. I believe that.
Totally agree with
Um,
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you end up with hypertension,
Hit up a
you
lot.
know,
Guilty.
overweight.
You get a lot.
Yeah.
You end up with
Yeah.
a lot of ghosts.
Well, how long? Because I can tell you now, I've been out for 8 years.
Yeah.
My doctor just told me last week I can stop taking my blood pressure meds because that hypertension is starting to ease.
Nice. There you
It
go.
does.
Yeah.
You know, so give it time.
Yeah, I know.
Everything relaxes
I know.
and you start to relax.
It was
Yeah.
only been, what, 6 months?
Yeah.
October.
Oh, wow.
Seven.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
going on 7 now. huh?
October? Yeah.
Nice.
El Octobre?
Yeah. October.
Congrats. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking. For you, it must seem like an eternity just being away from it. 'Cause for us, it seems like it was a completely. We've mentioned this before. It's like, man, that just seems like it didn't happen, or it seems like so long ago. And you're 8 years out,
Mm-hmm.
and you're completely into the normal life. Do you still, if you're driving around, do you still look at people's cars, or is that stuff worn off? I'm sure it's worn off by now, but
No.
No, a little
that
bit?
in Iraq, like if I'm driving a vehicle
yeah,
late at night up I-5, let's say,
right.
I still get the heebie-jeebies sometimes going under overpasses, like in Iraq.
Oh, sure.
In Iraq, a lot of people probably don't realize this, but like Baghdad was a city of 2 million people. It has
Yeah.
like 6-lane highways going through the middle of it. And so little things like I catch myself on occasion at night in a bigger vehicle going under an overpass and switching lanes under the overpass. It must freak people out, but you used to do that so that they wouldn't drop grenades.
Oh,
Yeah,
Into
sure.
your
different
vehicle
lane.
from
They're
above.
Coming in a different lane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
piles of garbage on the side of the road, which unfortunately in Portland, there's a lot of them, especially if you go out
And
I-84.
tents and whatnot.
Yeah. That makes me nervous.
Sure. Oh, I
and
can
I think
imagine, yeah.
the cop, that's part of you. I don't think it ever goes away. I still want to sit with my back
Back
to the wall
True.
watching the
The door.
entrances.
Yeah, that'll never
That
stop.
that
Yeah.
doesn't that
That
I
never
don't think
changes.
ever goes
No,
away.
that doesn't.
The constant 10, 12 hours a day when you're on duty, being hyper vigilant,
Yes.
that part of it kind of
Goes away.
mellows out a
Yeah.
little. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
always going to have that. That's just who you are.
True.
That's who you've been for the last 20 plus years. That I don't think goes away. But I think the hypertension, the constant on edge, because you don't know one
Yeah.
minute to the next if you're going to be in a shootout, if you're going to be
Oh, I know.
somebody try to kill you.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're constantly just
you.
not paranoid. Is not maybe the right word,
Pulled
but
up
it
door to
is.
door with somebody at
Yeah.
a traffic light.
I go to
Yeah.
work. I don't necessarily worry about a machine jumping out and trying to kill me.
Yeah.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting spit on by my tool bag or something. You know what I mean?
Not a
I'm
tool
not.
bag, not a tool
Yeah,
bag. Yeah.
not a tool bag.
Oh my God.
but,
Good choice of
but
words.
my tool bag,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, there it
So
is.
I think some of
Those
that
darn
does
tool
help
bags.
mellow you out. You do get to mellow out if you let yourself. I'm sure there are some who can't let go of the job, but you got to let go.
Yeah,
Oh, we
at
know
some
people
point
like
you-
that. Yeah,
yeah.
they're there for, and they're not they're bad people, and they just stay there for so long, and then they can't let it go, and then you
That's their life.
and then you get these
Sure.
people that, unfortunately, they're so stressed out that
Yeah, it
Some
becomes
of them
their
don't-
identity.
Yeah.
yeah,
It becomes their identity. Don't let it be your identity.
No.
yeah
It
that's,
is a
that's
job.
really good advice,
Just
It is a
job.
very honorable
and sometimes rewarding. Oftentimes,
and
yeah.
it is a rewarding job.
Yeah,
But don't let it be your
Purpose.
your identity. You be you.
yeah,
You know.
exactly. I finally
Yeah.
stopped looking at the expired license tags or whatever. I was like, I don't pay attention to those anymore. Finally, after 6 months, sometimes I look at
down
them.
the road, you're gonna look.
Sometimes I'll look at
Like,
them.
I'll
It's
look at
it's
that
not
tripper
as
mitt.
much because that was because well, Tom and I can test. We were on day shift at the end, and
Right.
they all skill,
I
no
was always
will.
on day shift.
Well, true. All skill, no will, right? That's the whole
All
thing.
the skill, no will,
It,
baby.
it balances out over time.
My
right?
parking
When you're-
lot.
When you're brand new, you got no skill, but you have all the will in the world because you want to go like you
Right.
did,
Just want to dig,
just
dig, dig.
chasing everybody
Mhm.
around. And then it kind of creeps up and goes the other way. And we
Oh,
actually
for
had
sure.
coins made. I
Yeah.
don't know if you have yours on you, but it was
No.
hilarious. One of the guys that we work with, we hope to talk to, is he made those. And we're just sitting there. It's like, you can't. All I could look for was expired tags. I'm like, a day shift. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'm driving around aimlessly. Wait, we got to go coffee again?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. But
Yeah, you need more traffic stops. What about the 400 reports I just wrote? Well, we need more traffic stops. We need more warrants.
exactly. No, we don't.
Really?
Yeah.
What about all that other stuff we're doing?
I took a report earlier. Does that count?
No,
Oh, damn it.
because you're going to do that anyways.
Oh,
really-
yeah, that's
oh.
right. Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
terrible.
So, anything else you want to talk about or anything planned?
Any big
Big
trips?
summers
Yeah.
this summer?
Sturgis.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
about
that's
Sturgis.
right. You guys
We're
are
going to
both-
Sturgis.
Sturgis. Yes.
Get that back healed up.
I
Oh
well,
my
yeah,
gosh.
my neck's about hurt. Doctor says another. Well, they said 3 to 6 months post surgery. Surgery was March 13th, so I'm thinking May 13th ish.
We're going to ride.
2 months. I can't wait anymore.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You need to get, there. You need to
Well,
get
do-
on your
I'm
bike.
out
You guys
starting
already
my
have it set?
motorcycle
Well,
every
'cause
day.
It's one time a year. You're going to the actual.
Yeah,
event,
we leave
right?
August 1st.
Okay. Oh, it's
Yeah.
August. Okay.
Yeah, but he needs to get his shit.
But you want to ride before
You
then.
need to get his shit fixed so I have something to ride with.
I need
That's
to.
nobody
Yeah.
I
wants-
need to ride.
Nobody's riding with
yeah,
me right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, August
I'm
is
right all by
easily
myself.
you're easily healed by August. But yeah,
Oh yeah, but
but you want to get out there sooner
I
than later.
yeah, I had
You're
a,
itching.
I had a follow up last week, yeah, or this past week, and I was like, hey, what about the motorcycle? They're like, 3 to 6 months. I'm like, okay, so that means May. So
May
I'm gonna
13th.
try it out, May 13th ish.
Give me a
I
call.
might go 2 months
That's good. Give me a call.
before I ride. We'll see. I'll be
Yeah.
careful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go a little ways at first, see how it feels.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that yeah. I
That'd be
think
a good
that's the
trip.
big one. That's gonna be a great trip.
Yeah, it'd be a great trip.
Yeah.
So how long?
never been to
How long does
Sturgis.
it take you guys to ride out there?
I've never been.
We'll
So
be in
Oh,
2
it's your
days.
first
You'd have
time.
to ask-
Okay,
Big
2 days.
You have to ask the
Yeah,
bug
he's-
This will be our
Usually he's-
fourth.
yeah.
I think my fourth time out there.
Nice.
PCM. You know how? So what is it? 2 days to get out
2
there.
days,
You guys
yeah.
stay somewhere? What in Idaho or
Somewhere in Montana.
Montana? Okay.
I think.
Oh, because it's what?
I think we're going to stay with our buddy Dog.
Dakota or North Dakota? I,
think.
forget. South,
Sturgis is in South Dakota.
South
South
Dakota.
Dakota. Okay.
Yeah, and we rented an Airbnb in Rapid City.
Okay. There you go.
It's got some good riding out there.
Yeah.
Well, you got your
that'd
pop up
be-
Dixon because you guys are Dixon
There's
fans.
a pop
yeah.
up. There's always a pop up.
Well, no, wait,
Dixon
isn't
out
it
there.
permanent now?
I don't know.
No, but
Could
usually
be.
it's out there every year. You go buy some more shirts. There you go.
I don't.
Or
I
not
don't,
buy more
I don't know.
shirts.
My closet will fit any more Dixon shirts. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like them.
Dixon.
Yeah.
Dixon's a good. We want some
They
good
are.
shirts.
Yeah.
Get some Dixon.
They
Yeah,
are
they're good.
quality.
They
Oh,
are.
wait.
When the
There
sweat,
it is,
the
right
sweat.
there.
Whoa, that's
Work
weird.
hard, Dixon.
Dixon.
The sweatshirt,
Stay humble.
T-shirt,
Everything.
They got everything you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Dixon.
Yeah. Like,
Oh my god.
just because they're quality.
I got great flannels. I got a bunch for sale on Facebook. They don't fit me no more.
Yeah. All that weight loss.
I lost a bunch of
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah. That's another
Well, I went to
thing.
the store in Tempe
Yeah,
when I was down. I had some friends
So
live down
did I.
there. Yeah,
I went there
it's
too.
pretty
Nice.
big actually. Because that's the original store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice place.
Anything else? We gotta wrap it up.
Sure.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Bill. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hey, there used to be a statistic out there that so many cops would die within like 5 years after retiring.
Oh yeah.
And I think that all goes back to it becomes their identity, their life. Your life starts after police work, dude.
Yeah.
Whoever you are out there,
Absolutely.
There's so much more you
once
can do.
you get out of police work, take the time to reward yourself.
That's right.
Go enjoy your
Yeah.
life.
That's right.
Enjoy, your spouse, yourself, your children, your grandchildren, whatever it is you love to do. Just go do that and enjoy. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah.
Because life's too short as it is.
Yeah.
go have a great time.
That's why we're here to
Absolutely.
show you there's life after police work.
That's right.
Yep.
You know, I go fishing. I've been
Yeah.
like to travel, ride my motorcycle, hang out with my family. We just got back from a 5-day at the beach. I went fishing twice. It's awesome.
You've been on
nice.
multiple cruises, or
Yeah,
at least
just-
one cruise this
Yeah.
year.
Just go enjoy life. There's
Yeah.
life after police work, and it's not everything. Police work's not everything. All right.
Agreed. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yep. Thanks.
Peace.
Always.
We'll see you soon. See you soon.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
See you next week.